Hey everybody, it's Kathy Weiss. Welcome to Monday Messages and today's free live intuitive reading. I'm coming to you from my reading room here on the central coast of California. For those of you who are new to me, and there's a lot of new names in my Mad as a Hatter teacup hat today. So for those of you who are new to me, I'm a highly sensitive intuitive. And what I do is I read and interpret energy and then deliver the messages that you most need to hear, what's really relevant right now as far as like guidance and healing or helping you find clarity. Those types of things is what comes up. Before I get into choosing someone to win today's free reading, I wanted to start off with this really short little channeled message that I received this morning. I thought it was really touching and really relevant. So I'm going to start off with that and then we'll dive right into it. So here it is. And I'm going to Again, for those of you who are new to me, I often write things down when I receive them because they kind of flow through me. They don't really stick in my mind like as something that I'm going to recall, especially when it's word for word like this one. So let me just read it to you. And if you love it, I could type it out and post it later, okay? So it says, there is a place of connection in which you realize your body is just a shell. It does not matter what happens to your body, you remain unaffected. Enjoy your body fully or don't enjoy your body fully. Either way, you remain unaffected, connected to divine source energy, pure positive love. Isn't that just delightful? I thought it was delightful, and that's why I decided to share. So here we go with today's free live intuitive reading. I have more names in my teacup hat today than ever before, so I'm super excited. I got a chance to read everybody's energy real quick. These are super short, you guys. Again, if you're new to me, let me cover up the name. For everyone who shouts out and enters to win, I do a brief little energy reading of what's like the most important nugget for you right now, as compared to a full energy reading, which I usually take about a page or so of notes. So this is kind of like your sampler, like if you're at Costco or Trader Joe's and you get like a little bite, this is just like a little bite sample. So if you are watching live or you're watching later and your name doesn't come out, I highly recommend you watch the whole video anyway, because what people tell me is that even though they didn't win, they often hear something really relevant and meaningful for them. So stick with it, okay? And I'm closing my eyes right now because I do not want to sway myself. There's a couple of names in here of people that I know, and there's a couple of names or more names of people I don't know. But again, and what I do, let me say it this way, I set the intention prior to the video that the right person come out for the right reason. And so I really want to honor that and stick with that. Here it is. Oh, Michaela. All right. Hey, sister. So today's winner is Michaela. All right, sister, here's what's going to happen. I'm just going to real quick read what's happening in your energy from the notes that I took a little bit earlier today, and then we'll pull you an oracle card and get a little bit more guidance. So this is so cute. It says, "What's up, sister?" So it's more of a clairaudient message because I heard things. I also get clairvoyant which are images. But Michaela's was more clairaudient. It says, you feel amped up like a super intense caffeine buzz, like so high. And the thing is that caffeine buzz is about to crash. And so it says, be wary, be smart, be aware. What is leading to the crash? Right? So prepare now, and it can be avoided. And then it says, what is in excess that will lead to burnout or exhaustion? So the caffeine, buzzy, like super high energy thing that I'm feeling off of you, Michaela, it's a good thing, but it's almost in excess. Just like if you drink that one more cup of coffee, instead of feeling kind of like good and alert, you start to feel like jittery and your heart is racing, and now you're like, no, I actually don't feel too good. So you're like right on the edge of whatever it is that's causing this to pop you over into that place, and you'll end up getting like sick or burnt out or unable to complete all of your normal day-to-day tasks. So really your guidance is, what is that area of your life? Or it could be so maybe you are drinking too, maybe it's just straight up that you're drinking too much coffee right now, I don't know. But whatever that area is where it's kind of dancing on the edge of being in excess, if you can wisely scale back now, you can sidestep the burnout and the exhaustion that could potentially be lining up for you. So that's super cool. And what I'm hearing that a lot of people will appreciate hearing too is that it's scary to scale back. A lot of us are afraid to turn the dial down because we think that in turning the dial down, that I don't know, that there's gonna be a problem, like things won't get done, or that if you turn the dial down, it's all gonna fall apart, something like that. But in this instance, turning the dial down is actually going to contribute to your health and wellness, mm, rather than causing life to crumble. But so let's get you a little bit of additional guidance. And for those of you that are just joining us, I'm doing a free live intuitive reading for Michaela. But even if you are not Michaela, I encourage you to stick with us, because there's a lot of times some like hidden messages in there for everybody who is watching live or later. So when I do a reading for someone, I shuffle the deck. And I did shuffle the deck prior to today's video. And then if the person were watching live, or if we were having a customized session, I would ask if they would like me to cut the deck or pull from the top. And I just heard so loud and clear Michaela's voice saying cut the deck. So I cut it one more time. And I'm going to pull the top card for her after I cut the deck. And I just wanted to drop in, I don't know if you guys can see these too well on the camera today, but I have a couple of different crystals. And this orange one, whose name I'm totally forgetting right now, and I will look it up and let you know, is really like the energy that I felt most drawn to for you today, Michaela. And so what I'm hearing is that if you have any clothing in this sort of like orangey copper rust tone, throw that on. Or if you have any jewelry, throw that on. It's going to help bring some of that intense energy down into a place that's more balanced and settled. Hi, Fatima. Nice to see you. So here's the card that came up with for you, Michaela. It says Conscious Connections. That's interesting, and I just got like a whole dump of information just from reading the card. So conscious connections, Michaela, for you, that is work related, and I think you have two different things coming up right now. I think the buzzy caffeine, high energy something is in excess is separate from conscious connections, which I feel is much more career oriented for you. I have worked a little bit with Michaela in the past, and career sometimes comes up for her. So I'm just taking a pause and I'm looking at the image. And the thing that's drawing me the most is sort of how these two women are very joined, and but yet like not looking at each other. And so it's almost like what I'm hearing, Michaela, is that the conscious connection, the person that can be of greatest assistance to you, is like standing right in front of you. It's somebody you already know, and it's somebody who can provide you with a lot of guidance, like a lot of guidance on where to steer the ship of career next. And it's almost like you're just not seeing it, or you're just not seeing each other. And if you would just turn and look, you would both be like, oh, it's you. It's been you all along. Like, it's that delightful. So what I'm hearing is like, Turning, okay, so now it's all coming together. I love readings where like I get things that seem like they have nothing to do with each other and then it comes apart. Turn down the dial on the area of your life that's that buzzy, like over in excess, um, because that's going to give you the clarity to be able to see this person, this conscious connection that's going to help you in career. So while the two things are separate, they're connected, right? And really that's all of life, is that we think that all of these different aspects of our lives are separate, but really they're connected. And so if you can make the adjustment over here in the area of excess and bring it down a little, it's going to tremendously help you in your career. And again, in recognizing who it is that is already in your life or is about to show up in your life, or no, scratch that. It's somebody already in your life that is going to be able to guide you forward. So I'm just going to peek in the guidebook real quick, guys. I'm using Sacred Rebels Oracle cards. And this deck is, number one, really beautiful, but also has a lot of information, like 2 to 3 pages of information per card. And so I'm just going to real quick glance in the guidebook and see what jumps out as most relevant for Michaela's reading today. I am so not going to read you a couple pages worth of information. That would be like a snore fest for all of us, including me. So right away, what I'm seeing, Michaela, is this oracle asks you to remain open to healing connections and to allow people to be close to you. Trust in the process that draws people in and out of your life. Resist nothing and seek wisdom in all. And what I'm hearing is remain open and allow people to be close to you. So again, in this conscious connection, I'm going to hold the card up one more time. I will also post a photograph of it later. Oh my gosh, it's stuck to the table. Here we go. I will also post a photograph of it later. But in this conscious connection that is being made for you, and it's a very divine connection, part of the challenge is that there's a little bit of resistance in your energy to allowing someone to be close, and there's fear around it, in a way that what I'm feeling, you guys, I'm just taking a pause to make sure I'm feeling and hearing this clearly and communicating it correctly. So what it feels like and sounds like is that there is fear in threatening your relationship with your significant other. And the word that I'm hearing is that is false belief. So you can relax that concern and know that the guidance that wants to come through to you through this other person will not harm your relationship with your significant other. And I think that's really huge, and I think that's a big thing that you need to hear right now. And anything, it feels like the most important thing that you need to hear right now. Yeah, and I'm hearing the sound of applause, which is like, yes, that's correct, and that's accurate. And that this message is complete. So, phew. Hey, Lindsay. I love Lindsay when she tunes in on the crystals, because she is such a pro on them, and I always have to be like, I have to go look it up. So, second chakra for creativity, loud and clear that it's with you, and she needs to work with you. Okay. Hey, Renee, I'll get to you in 1 second. Okay, so Michaela, you need to work with me. There you go. Listen to Lindsay. Y'all, anytime Lindsay has a comment on these videos, she is also a light worker. She is super awesome, and I'm covered in chills right now. She's like my second in command when I dork out on the crystals. So Michaela, maybe you need to PM me and we need to talk about doing some work together, sister, okay? And then Renee, hey, I will PM you as soon as the video is over. Such good stuff today. There's tons of love flowing through to everybody. If you dropped your name in my hat and you didn't come out, I recommend you reach out to me and schedule a reading, because there is some cool in this cup today, you guys. And I would love to deliver your messages. So private message me, Let's hook up. I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in live or later. Have a beautiful rest of your day. I will see you next Monday for another free live intuitive reading. And you are welcome. Namaste.